Funny thing about a rust check shop is that everything is trying to kill you at all times. And things are constantly slipping and going wrong at all times. And if you aren't prepared to deal with that, then you should not be in this business. For example, this floor is covered in oil. That's pretty common sense, right? So you can't have one of those painted floors with floor concrete paint where it's nice and shiny, because you would probably slip and die. So you have to have a porous floor like this. The hoist itself, believe it or not, these hoists are held down on the floor by bolts. And those bolts that hold the hoist down can come loose. And you have to be prepared for that. Like, what's going to happen to you if these bolts on the top come loose? All of these things that I'm talking about have happened to me. This trouble light that you're going to need to use, it will be submerged in water at some point, so you need to make sure that it never has any frays to the point where you're going to get electrocuted. You're constantly dropping things. I constantly drop. This is covered in oil. Like, I had one of these disc brake quiet sprays in my hand, dropped it, and the top button spray nozzle came off. So I have a whole little collection over here for when that happens. As far as the gun itself, the actual rust check gun, all of the parts on there have to be able to be replaced. So in that box there, I have all the parts for that gun at any given moment if I need to replace them. Also, I have a backup gun over here. A whole separate system over there. One separate line there for coat and protect. A whole separate system over there for the black tar. Whole separate system right there. And then, again, I have upstairs, I have a whole other system. Backup for the backup for the backup. My main compressor, my backup compressor. Wait for it. There's a backup to the backup. Because not having a compressor isn't an excuse. There's my backup to the backup. And that would be running constantly, this tiny Makita. It would be running constantly if I actually had to use it to power any of those pumps. But all those pumps for the rust check are powered by compressed air. So I need to have compressed air. The one thing I don't have a backup for, which I am ashamed of myself, and I'm ashamed to admit, I don't have a backup for power. So when the power goes out here, I am SOL. That's something I would like to work on.